In today's video, we are going over everything you need to know about Wyoming Registered Agents. Wyoming State Law 1728-101 requires that every business entity, foreign and domestic, have a registered agent. If you're watching this video, you're probably looking for a registered agent for your business or are looking to switch your current registered agent to a more affordable one. So in this video, we'll cover everything you need to know about getting a Wyoming Registered Agent and our recommended platform to get a really affordable price. So let's get right into it. The first step is choosing a registered agent. Okay, so just a little bit more overview about registered agents in Wyoming. So they are absolutely required for every business entity in Wyoming, domestic or foreign. So you can actually act as your own registered agent, but we don't recommend that because it requires you to list your home address on the public domain. What we actually recommend is hiring a professional service like Northwest Registered Agent. Now, generally these services can range anywhere from $99 to $400 per year. But with Northwest, this service is only $125 per year. And if you decide to set up your LLC with them for only $39, this service is actually included free for 1 year. Now let's discuss what a registered agent actually does for your business. A registered agent is someone who accepts legal documents on behalf of your business entity. And the Wyoming Secretary of State is actually going to use this address if they need to contact your business. So let's discuss some of the requirements for a registered agent in Wyoming. The first one is that you need a physical street address in the state of Wyoming. And the registered agent must be available during normal business hours from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And this is because they need to accept mail and a service of process. And not only do they have to maintain a physical address in Wyoming, they also have to maintain a mailing address there. And to do this, you're going to need to file form consent to appointment by registered agent. This will be done on the Wyoming Secretary of State website. Now you might be wondering, why does your LLC need a registered agent? Like we mentioned before, your registered agent is going to be responsible for accepting and receiving legal documentation on behalf of your business entity. It needs to be a real physical location and a real person to receive it. So we cannot use a PO box or a virtual office for this. Now, who can be a registered agent in Wyoming? So in Wyoming, you basically have three options here. And the first one is you. You can actually be your own registered agent, but we really do not recommend this. The second option is a family member or friend. And the third option here is that you hire a Wyoming Registered Agent service. These are also known as a commercial registered agent. So this is a professional registered agent service. They're going to scan your legal mail and make sure that you receive it. They're also going to handle any government correspondence that comes into the physical address for your business. So like we mentioned earlier, your registered agent address is going to be public on the Secretary of State website for Wyoming. This address is going to be put on the Articles of Organization, and that's going to become public record with the Wyoming Secretary of State. So of course, if you don't want to have your address out there, then it's not going to make sense to choose you as your registered agent. This is going to mean that your address is searchable by the public. All that someone will need to do to access your address is to type in your business entity name, and they'll have access to it on the public domain. This address might also be published on other websites too. And really, if you care about your privacy, this just does not make sense to choose yourself as your own registered agent. So becoming your own registered agent is really not worth the cost of saving that $125 per year for the privacy that you're going to give up. So now let's talk about when not to hire a registered agent service. So the first reason why you would not want to hire a registered agent service is if you have an address in Wyoming and you don't mind your information being public. Now you will need to be physically available at the address that you list during normal business hours. Now if this doesn't apply to you and you're going to use somebody else to act as your registered agent who has an address in Wyoming, then just know that they'll need to be there during these hours as well. Now let's briefly just talk about some of the risks that you're taking on if you're going to be your own registered agent. If the state cannot get into contact with you at your listed address, then they can shut down your business entity. Also, when service of process initiates a lawsuit, you'll have a required amount of time between 20 and 30 days to respond to that lawsuit. And if you actually fail to receive or accept these documents, the lawsuit can actually still proceed without you even knowing. The other option here is that a fault judgment can occur and the court can actually get jurisdiction over your business entity. So that brings us to a professional Wyoming Registered Agent service. Now these companies are going to have an address for you and make sure that all the documents are scanned and sent over to you. These services cost generally between $100 and $400 per year. And in regard to which service we recommend Northwest Registered Agent. As of right now, the service is $125 per year to set up your registered agent. Northwest has been in business over 20 years. They have great customer service, and we personally use them for our registered agent service. And of course, the best part about this is that our personal address is kept private. They have offices in all 50 states, so it's very easy to just set up your LLC with a click of a button in another state as well. So now we'll actually show you a really easy walkthrough of how to get your affordable registered agent service set up with Northwest. So go ahead and click on that link down below and it'll bring you to this page here. Once you're here, go ahead and select your state and we'll go down to Wyoming. Then go ahead and click Get Started. And it's going to ask you where you want service next. So go ahead and scroll down and you'll see that Wyoming is the only one that we have selected. Once you're finished with that, go ahead and click Continue. And then it's going to ask you to type in your company information name. So I'll do that right now. And then there's a scroll down option here to choose what entity you are. Go ahead and choose the one that applies to you. We'll just do LLC for now. And then you can also choose to send a copy of lawsuits and legal legal notices to your attorney, we're just going to click that off for now. The next thing you'll see is the beneficial ownership information form. This is a new requirement in 2024. We won't cover that too much now. We have a video that we'll link here and in the description down below. Go ahead and check that out, but for now we'll leave this off. Then go ahead and click continue. I'm going to go ahead and enter my contact information here. Once you're finished with that, you can go ahead and click continue. Now it's going to ask you to create an account. You can go ahead and put your email information in now and then generate password. After that, click continue. The next page it will bring you to is the business identity page. This is a free 90-day service that Northwest offers. With this service, you will get 1 year of a free domain name, a website hosted by Northwest but owned by you, a business email address, and a business phone. Like we said, this is a 90-day free trial. Go ahead and choose that if you think it's best for you. I'm going to leave it on for now. Go ahead and click continue once you're finished with that. Next, it's going to bring you to this page of optional items. So if you're an existing company and you're just changing your registered agent, you can click this top one. The next option is filing your annual report. That's something that Northwest will also do for you. For this video, I'm just going to go ahead and unselect that now, and then they'll also do a mail forwarding and virtual office service for you, as well as a trademark service. Once you're finished with this area, you can go ahead and click continue. And then lastly here, you're going to want to enter your payment information. You can go ahead and do that, and once you're finished, you can click done. So yeah, that was a really quick tutorial of how to do it. It's so easy to set up and super affordable at that $125 price point. So we really hope that you found this video helpful. That's everything you need to know about setting up your registered agent service in Wyoming. We'll leave the link down below for Northwest and all the other resources that we talked about in this video as well. So yeah, if you're looking for a professional, we really recommend using a service like Northwest. They also have other business entity formation services for LLCs and S Corps, just for example. And we have a bunch of other videos on the channel, so we'll be sure to leave those linked down below as well. And if you do use our link, we will get a small referral fee at no cost to you. This will really help us in creating free content like this in the future, so thank you so much in advance for doing that. Also, just a disclaimer here, make sure you consult your tax professional. This is not tax advice. We want to make sure that you get the right information for your business. So if you want to see more content like this in the future, leave us a like and subscribe down below. With that said, this channel is really dedicated to providing business owners and entrepreneurs like you with free content and tutorials like this. Thank you again so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.